Okay, is my assignment to my students for assignment number 2. It is going to be for a 7th grade math miniature golf project, and now I'll go into teacher mode like I was going to teach my students about the assignment. Okay, so the objective of this project is that you're going to use the Pythagorean theorem, which we've been studying in class, and other geometric or geometry equations and knowledge that you have to solve problems. You're going to use ratios and reasonings to convert units of measurement. And you're doing this all by solving a real world math problem because we're actually doing miniature golf. And you're going to be drawing things using scale. We've been talking about scale factor, which is always model over actual. So you're going to use that knowledge to draw a scale drawing of a miniature golf hole. And you're going to use what you know about supplementary and adjacent angles to find unknown angles. Okay, and you're also going to use proportional relationships and set up multi-step ratio and percent problems. All of these things we've been talking about in this unit, so you'll be able to apply them to this project. Okay, so by meeting the objectives, you will have created your miniature golf course and followed the instructions that I've given you in your handout as well. So here are the details. So a local miniature golf course would like to increase their profits by increasing the difficulty and number of holes in the course. The owners believe players will like being able to play more holes for their money, and then they might spend more at the concession stand. So in order to find designs for 3 new holes, they have decided to hold a contest. Each design will be judged on the most creative use of materials, the least likelihood that someone will score a hole in one, and the best use of available space. Okay, the contest requires documentation of your design, including a scale drawing of your design with your dimensions, all of your calculations, and a report to the owners that explains your design. Okay, so basically you're creating a miniature golf hole. All right, so here are the details of your assignment, and follow along on your handout. So you're going to sketch your miniature golf hole design, including obstacles. Okay, obstacles might just be a brick or it might be a rock stuck in the middle, whatever you want it to be. It has to fit within the rectangle of no more than 128 square feet of area. And then you're going to draw your design to scale using appropriate tools and include all measurements. Make sure your dimensions will allow for a player to comfortably approach the ball within the golf hole area. So you can't just make this itty bitty little spot for the person to stand because they won't be able to fit in there and golf their hole. Okay, it has to be realistic. You're going to identify the cup, the tee box, obstacles, and all angles of approach. For purposes of computing area, your design should be composed of 2-dimensional shapes for which you can find area. So all of the shapes that we've been studying that you can find area for, so like parallelograms and triangles and circles and rectangles, all of those things you can use. Okay, just make sure you know how to find the area. Okay, step 2 says that you have to show your design will fit in a rectangle of dimensions that meet the 128 square foot specification. Be sure to use as much of the area as possible while still maintaining a creative design. So don't just make a big old rectangle is what they're saying. Be creative with that 128 square feet. Okay. All right, number 3 says to calculate your total area in the percent of the total area that you have used. Number 4 says to research and describe the regulation size for a golf cup for consideration and placement in your design. So you guys will have access to laptops and you're going to go in and actually look up what normal golf cup sizes are and all of that kind of stuff. So you have to do a little bit of research on your own. The next one is to identify and sketch 2 possible paths from tee to cup with at least one path including a bank shot. A bank shot meaning that it hits a wall or another obstacle. Okay, and then explain the possible approaches and show and calculate all angles associated with your bank shots. Okay, so if it comes into the wall at a particular angle, you have to label those angles, and then when it leaves the wall, you have to label those angles as well. Okay, last step is to write a report to submit with your design and explain why yours should be selected. Include information regarding the creativity of your design and the level of difficulty and the best use of available space. Okay, all right, so on your handout, make sure you follow each of those steps. It's a lot more in detail, and we'll get started with the project.